So let's take a look at the 27001 self-assessment, which is indeed powered by the AX, which is a brand new technology, and it's going to change things for consultancies massively. Because what it does is it's going to ask a number of questions, and then the AI is going to look at your answers, some of them in natural language, and then it's going to interpret the results and give you a bespoke report. So there are 38 questions, and it's going to take about 15 minutes, but it really depends on how fast you go. So you pop in your email, and then it's going to ask you your name. We pop that in, and here we are. So here are the kind of questions you can get asked. Have you documented the scope of your information security management system so that you know what data you are protecting, e.g. business functions, offices and products? And you can go yes, no, partially. But you might say, well, I don't understand that question. Can you explain this question to me? I don't understand. And then it will give you some guidance about what it might mean to you, and then you can chat with it and bounce things back and forth. So it says it's asking whether you've got a clearly defined scope. Do you have the business functions, the offices, and the products that you know are going to be in the scope? And then you can ask for further clarification as you go. So I might say no, yes. Now, not all questions are yes and no, and some of them indeed are about subjects that require far more discussion and investigation. So, does your organization document internal and external issues that shape its approach to security? So, do you know the legal requirements, or are there particular market opportunities? Like, for example, are you doing security because it's going to win you business and you need to for those purposes? So type in natural language. So let's just type something in. So here I've just put in, yeah, we meet annually to explore legal contracts and other external influences that change our approach to security. So we document those. So I put in a bit of response there, but you could put something like, no, we just don't do that. And it will interpret the result appropriately. Okay, so it moves on to the next one. I'm not going to now do all of them. I'm just going to jump to the end of the report so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so when it finishes and you've answered the questions, you'll immediately get a little bit of feedback and what they call a spider web or a radar map, which shows your maturity in certain areas. So I use a maturity scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very ad hoc and you're doing things reactively and as and when you want to do them, and sometimes not at all the way up to 5, which is that it's completely optimized. You're using cutting edge technology, it's entirely integrated into your business practices. But 3 is good. 3 is what you're looking for ISO 27001 compliance, entry level compliance. You don't have to have perfection. What you have to have is a working system that reflects on itself, and you make improvements. So you're constantly improving your system. So where does it say that I'm up to par here? So my risk management approach, but in other areas is substantially lower. And here it's saying that my leadership, that my executive level leadership around security is lacking. So you can then view the full report. And here we go. Here's a full report that you can get, and then you can read through it. There's a little bit of preamble about myself and some options for getting to 27001, and then right into the report. So here I'm talking about the criteria, because I am measuring you against 27001. Even if that's not where you ultimately intend to go, this talks about what it is that 27001 defines as being a good information security management system. So I am looking at the clauses in that document, and then the controls, a selection of the controls at least, from Annex A at the back of that. So then I have an explanation of my maturity levels. So I said earlier it goes from 1 to 5, ad hoc to optimized, and there's a little bit of discussion about what those are, just so you understand the context of the results. Okay, so my overall score here is that I have some basic processes. Things are emerging. There are some pockets of great, there are some pockets of missing or not so good procedures and policies and things like that. So it gives me a little bit of guidance there, and then talks about, okay, well, what are the recommendations? How can we make it better at the highest level? Before it gives you the category scores, we looked at that on the screen before, and then a little breakdown of that. And then for each of those, it will then go into more detail. So earlier I said that my risk management looked good, so we'll have a look at that. And indeed, it says that I am 27,001 compliant based on the information that I've given it. So that's not going to be a guarantee. It is based on whatever information you've told it and how it's interpreted the results. So it's indicative. So unknown organisation, because I didn't put my name in, has established some good documentation and communicated and periodically reviews risks. But then it's saying, well, okay, you can still improve. So it gives me some actions here about how I can improve in that area. Now, I could take those actions and then use them going forwards to create a security plan or strategy for the next year. I could say these are the areas that I can focus on, or I could pick one or two of those and focus on them. But if I'm looking for 27,001, then it's going to give me a roadmap on what I can do here. So here it says I need to formalize the support processes. I need to work on my training program. And then I need to make sure that I've got resources aligned. These are all things that you would go through if you were planning to move to 27,001. So there you go. I hope that gives you an overview of what this does and how it works.